Well, I
you
don't want to
said
be too
90%.
specific and call people out, but I just know so many chronic daters from churches like Acts
That's
29 where they've been
mm,
dating for 3 or 4 years. That like the second half of their 20s, they've dated one person, and then they're like, "Well, I don't know if we could get married because of the finances, or I'm really trying to work on this career thing." So you have a group of singles. You're right. They say, "I want to be married. I want to do all these things." Okay, well, marry this person you've been dating for 3 years. Oh, well, we're still working for his job to work out so we can buy a home. What? That doesn't make sense. You're telling me you want to be married, but in action, and I get it in the sense that marriage is scary. Like that is it's a commitment. It's a lifelong commitment. But don't then say, "Oh, I would love to be married." Be honest and say, "I've been dating this person for 3 years, and I'm struggling to commit."
yeah, because
That's the honest answer.
yeah, you know what? I'm thinking of a couple people in my mind who I know actually to this
You
day
should
who have
name
been.
them. Give me their last names, Facebook
Let me
links
follow up with them
in the
if they're
description.
listening.
Yep.
But yeah, it's true. I actually do know a couple people, and I talked to Kayla about this too. Like, are they married yet? Are they engaged yet?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, wait, they've been dating for 3 years for crying out loud,
Right.
and they're not married. And I'm thinking to myself, well, did the pastor talk to them about that? Oh, like the pastor shouldn't get involved. Well, he's not trying to get involved. He's just trying to say, hey guys, what's good? What's going on over here?
Yeah.
Because it really is suspicious too. Because like, okay, well,
Mm,
I'm assuming you guys won't both want to have not to be weird, but you both want to have sex,
right.
right? So you can't do it when you're single. So only in the marriage covenant. So like, what's the holdup, right? You just want to be eunuchs and just date each other in these platonic relationships for years
They
on
probably
end.
are eunuchs. That is probably half of it.
Well, yeah, the church makes them that way.
Well, yeah, it does. Especially men. Like it just says like, oh, you have drive, you have ambition, you have testosterone. Brother, you got to get rid of that. You got to become a eunuch for the Lord. Not, they wouldn't say it like that, but boy, so they're either these couples that are dating long term, they're either already having sex, you're right, or they're eunuchs. But even say they're not. Say he is behaving properly, as Paul would say in First Corinthians, towards his betrothed or whatever it would be. You're still wasting her 20s. Like if you are a man and you've dated a woman from when she was 26 to 30, 24 to 27, I would give 3 years the longest maybe anyone should date. You wasted 3 years of her life, 3 years of your life that you're not building your marriage, 3 years of your life that you're not having kids, 3 years of your life, 3, 4, 5 years of your life that you're not building up your home. Even if you don't have kids immediately, you should still be, if you're going to commit to this person, start building it now. Like, oh, I'm going to work out and get really in shape by 30. I'm 23 now. I think I'm going to start at 27 years old. Wait, you have the goal in mind. You know what you want to do. What you want is a good thing. Why not start now? Again, with reason, thinking through it reasonably, being logical. Like I'm not saying date someone first date, engagement. Second date, you're walking down the
Coffee
aisle.
date, yeah, and that's
Yeah,
it. You're
coffee
good to
date,
go.
dinner date, wedding cake. Not quite that, but people love to be like, oh, so what are you saying? Just get married, and then my friend, they got married after 6 weeks of dating, and they got divorced. There is a middle ground between dating for 6 years and dating for 6 weeks. If you know this, there's a middle ground to date reasonably well, especially if you know her family, his family, you have a background on them. A year, that's a great time frame. But people waste and men will do this especially because older men marry younger women at the end of the day. Because men, generally speaking, as they get older, they get farther along in their career. They generally get more self-controlled. I would argue probably better looking. They take better care of themselves.
We're definitely better looking.
I would hope so. I'm gonna look back at myself at like my 30s. I'm gonna be like, oh man, he was ugly in his
Oh, you
20s.
dog.
No, look at this donkey. So what that means, does the 35-year-old man who put off marriage, does he go and marry a 35-year-old woman? Nope. He marries a 25-year-old. Taking that for kind of taking out of the dating pool, then people in the 20-year-old man's age range.
But see, the problem is though,